Yeah, I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. I turn the knob, can't resist, I'm incredible. Yeah, came for the dollars, call it vegetable. Then I did the dash, can I catch me, bro? Ooh, then I did the dash, can I catch me, whoa? Your whole team is no competition. Boy, I did it by myself, it's a solo mission. Running up the charts, I'm a fool, dog. Turn the whole field to a schoolyard. Bunch of students ain't eating round here. I'm the GOAT, little man, and I made it loud and clear. Put the gas on them like I'm with the Cavalier. Show no love, got the confidence, no fear. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Okay, yeah, and I hit that.
The bright lights of Broadway just to the east of us, and we are under the lights as well at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Denver Broncos. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
Hey, 40's Mike right there. 40's Mike.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Darnold fighting Perriman there for a New York first down. Now a first down carry by Bell. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I can't help it. Every time I see Eric Berry make a play, as we just saw him make a tackle there, I just want to stand up and applaud.
Because he went to Tennessee like you?
Well, that doesn't hurt one bit, but how about the comeback? I mean, he came back from beating cancer and getting back to Pro Bowl level, one of the best players in the game.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
They'll take over.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Every year we spend a lot of time and money evaluating the top prospects for the NFL draft. How about when we all get fortunate and see a guy like Phillip Lindsay, an undrafted free agent, who had 1,000 yards rushing his first 2 years in the NFL. Can run between the tackles, run with power, and catch the ball out of the backfield.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 25 yards that time. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is...
Yeah, this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos.
Touchdown, Denver.
Cortland Sutton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos.
Makes the score Broncos 7, Jets nothing.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, but it's going to be 2nd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked there by Nick Nelson. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And this is caught at the 8. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
1st and goal.
The end result, 21 yards. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. His pass caught at the 4. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Touchdown.
Noah Fant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14, Jets nothing.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
Right here. 45 to Mike. 45 to Mike.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Airing one out for Crowder. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A give to Bell. give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
He's tackled.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. And open here is Hogan. He's got it. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 19. 15 yards on the play, first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On first down, it's Bell. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
On the carry.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
He's got this one complete to Perriman. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
7-yard line.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Darnold down to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
1-yard attempt.
Ficken's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
1-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Jordan Jenkins there on the tackle.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now had the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
A gain there of 21 yards.
21 yards. First down, Denver.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
After one, a 14-3 ball game.
The score, Broncos 14, Jets 3.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Noah Fant was a first-round pick in 2019, and he was picked because of his receiving skills. Had 40 catches in his rookie season for 562 yards. Did have 2 games where he topped 100 yards in each of those. Yes, he's still developing as a blocker, but that's not why he went in the first round. He went there for his ability to make big plays down the field.
This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now the Broncos' big-ticket acquisition, it's Melvin Gordon. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 12-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Shotgun snap to Locke. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And they'll rally and stop him short of the 1st down at about the 6. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And McManus able to put it through, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1, and that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 21 yards.
1st and 10.
Completion there to Brashad Perriman, and the best part of his game coming out of UCF, his ability to run. A sub-4.4 sprinter. They need him now in New York to replace speedster Robbie Anderson, who signed with Carolina. He's going to take over the outside vertical routes that Anderson provided, and they're hoping for big plays downfield.
A.J. Boye on the coverage.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Darnold. Throw complete to Herndon. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Again, Darnold. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Ficken's kick is good. And a 2nd field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Locke. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Caught here by Bell. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And Darnold got to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
They'll take over 1st.
So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
A good pick up there of 20 yards.
At the 9-yard line.
Nice catch there by the rookie out of Alabama, Jerry Jeudy. And I am fired up to see the chemistry develop between he and Drew Lock, their quarterback, and in addition, Cortland Sutton, their Pro Bowl wide receiver from last year. This might be the best pair of receivers the Broncos have had since Demaryius Bebe Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders. This should be fun for Bronco fans to watch.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead.
Brendan McManus.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Bradley Chubb able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10.
9-yard line.
On 1st down, Locke buying time to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Gain on the play.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Denver.
Phillip Lindsay, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the 2nd half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
At the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the counter, Lindsay. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
It's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Brings up 3rd down.
Block working out of the gun. And that will be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
17-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And, Charles, the good news, they got the stop defensively. The bad news, this is a huge hole that they're in right now. How do they start to dig out of it?
That's a great question because we're not even going to talk about how do they win it, right? We want to see how they can kind of claw back and at least make themselves feel better about the game because this one is likely out of reach, but maybe one possession at a time. Try and play a little bit better and have some respect when you come out of the game.
His throw incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Lindsey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
It's a loss of
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 49 yards.
At the 24-yard line.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Intended for Brashad.
Try to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Darnold to his tight end, Herndon, 1st down, New York. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Brandon McManus lining up for the extra point.
This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this round.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Off of play action, Darnold. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
So how many different ways can we say that Von Miller is an absolute nightmare to prepare for any offense? An absolute dominant force on the defensive side of the ball. Double-digit sacks in 7 of his 9 seasons in the NFL. And when he finished the 2019 season, 2nd in total sacks in NFL history among active players, behind only Terrell Suggs.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And 8.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Darnold, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. The 30, the 20, 10. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown.
Oh, yeah, good job, fellas, good job.
We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. Extra point from McManus is good, and that will extend this big lead.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
2nd and 21. A lot of ground to cover.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. 45's the mic. I got it.
Now it's Darnold. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Check 45 the mic. Check 45 the mic. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
After the penalty, it's Bell. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Well, it hasn't been a whole lot of fun for Le'Veon Bell in this ball game, trying to find room to run the ball. I'm sure they're going to have to change some things up because he's so versatile. They've got to get the ball in his hands somehow and create some space because they're losing this game.
Well, defensively, you got to key in on Bell, make him the focal point to stop it, and they've been able to do that.
And he has gotten better every year he's been in the league, always adding something to his game, one of the premier runners in the NFL.
Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
1st and 10 at the.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Boy, and now they can't even get a...
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a ring.